Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 o'clock news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where a father is now being charged for allegedly offering drugs to children. The Craven County Sheriff's Office went to Briarwood Lane on Wednesday for a report of a man offering illegal drugs to children. Investigators say 41-year-old Joseph Meadows was identified as the suspect. Meadows offered fentanyl to kids between the ages of 9 and 13, according to deputies. Now, deputies say Meadows asked one child if they wanted to see Bigfoot while offering the drug. A search turned up fentanyl, methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, and a weapon. Meadows was arrested and charged with felony possession of fentanyl, felony possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, carrying a concealed weapon, and 3 counts of child abuse. He was taken to the Craven County Detention Center without bond due to being out on bond for other drug charges. The Sheriff's Office says it reached out to the County Social Services Department about the investigation. And now we want to turn to the nationwide search for the mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie. NBC's Liz Kreutz has more on the search.
This morning, new details on the increasingly desperate search for Nancy Guthrie.
Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you.
Late last night, Savannah posting this video of her brother Cameron talking directly to the person or people who potentially took their 84-year-old mother.
We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom.
The video was posted just minutes after the first of 2 deadlines on a reported ransom note sent to 3 news outlets, according to the FBI.
The ransom note that was distributed to the media did make a demand for 5 p.m. today. And if a transfer wasn't made, then I think a second demand was for next Monday.
The special agent in charge says the FBI is still investigating the legitimacy of the ransom note, which he says referenced in Apple Watch and floodlights information that was publicly available. But the note did not include any contact information.
In a normal kidnapping case, there would be contact by now.
Authorities also arresting a man they say sent a hoax ransom demand to Savannah's sister Annie and brother-in-law.
To those imposters who are trying to take advantage and profit from this situation, we will investigate and ensure you are held accountable for your actions.
Now entering the 6th day of the search, authorities still have no suspect or person of interest in the case. But they did release a more detailed timeline of the night Nancy disappeared. They say at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnected. At 2:12, software detected movement on a camera. And at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker app disconnected. Authorities also confirming blood found on the porch was Nancy's. The sheriff tells us investigators do not have the doorbell security camera from Nancy Guthrie's house and have not been able to access any surveillance footage from the home.
What gives you hope that Nancy is still out there?
Wow. You have to have hope. You have to have hope. You can't, come on, this is somebody's mom. We're going to find her.
And again, that was Liz Kreutz reporting. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. We've got a cold weekend ahead of us, but it will be followed up by a warmer week next week. I know, again, we've been stuck well below our seasonal average for the past 2 weeks. And I know there's more than just a few of you out there who are probably a little bit tired of the chilly forecast. Not to worry, we will see change once we get to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Air temperatures are going to be climbing and taking us back into the upper 50s to low 60s. Going to be feeling pretty nice by next week. Let's take a look at what we've got outside right now. 32 degrees in Greenville. Calm breeze and very sunny skies. Now, while the sunshine fantastic right now, it is not going to be sticking with us all day long. There will be some more cloud cover and even some rain showers moving in later on this afternoon. We'll go over that coming up in just a few moments. But currently, most of us sitting a little bit below or around freezing, seeing quite a few upper 20 readings across the east right now. Some of us already into the low to mid 30s. Jacksonville, looking at you guys, 35 degrees right now in central Onslow County. Winds very, very light early on this morning. If you're feeling much of a breeze, it's certainly not going to last long, or you're watching closer to the water where even then 6 to 12 mile per hour breeze along the coast, not all that unusual, and usually a little bit stronger than what we're currently seeing. So let's take you through what we've got for today. Winds, I should mention, winds are going to be very strong over this coming weekend, particularly on Saturday. We're anticipating gusts upwards around 30 to 40 miles an hour. But here's what we've got coming up for your Friday today. Mostly sunny skies to start. Cloud cover rolls in as we head into the afternoon. As we make our way through the evening hours, just a brief little kind of shower chance, very light stuff, maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain out of this, not a lot. But we are again looking at some moisture coming down. Cold air will follow. Air temperatures will go from the low 40s to the upper 30s fairly quickly as that front passes. And then, this is the reason why the weekend is going to be as cold as it is. We get hit with a second front just a few hours later. This is Saturday morning at around 5:30, and you note not only, of course, the moisture in the cloud cover you're seeing closer to the Albemarle Sound, but snowflakes potentially coming down at this time. Does look like, again, between around 5 to 8 a.m., the Outer Banks and potentially portions of mainland Dare, mainland Hyde, and more eastern Terrell counties could see a few snowflakes again. Now, this is not going to lead to any sort of major accumulations. You may see a dusting on some grassy surfaces, but with air temperatures expected to bounce right on back up into the, I'd say, the upper 30s for your Saturday afternoon, any snow that falls is likely going to be melting on the ground. A cool sight. It will be cool to see, but certainly not going to be impactful in any way, shape, or form. Now later on Saturday evening, again, the clouds clear out, air temperatures drop, going to get down likely into the 20s again for your Saturday night into Sunday morning. From there, we continue to hold sunny, clear conditions as we wrap up the weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. Of course, you can catch the game on WITN this year. Here's kind of a look at how it's all going to come together. That first area of low pressure you're seeing near southern Indiana, that's the first system. That's the one that's going to be giving us some raindrops later on today. There you see it moving through, but then you see that second front right behind it, and it just reinforces that cold air. And then you got to take into account that area of high pressure near Louisiana and Mississippi. Now that may be a ways away from eastern North Carolina, but it is rotating clockwise, and those high pressure systems tend to be fairly broad. That will accelerate winds out of the northwest, keeping us cold through your Saturday and into Sunday. That's kind of a big reason why we are looking at temperatures getting as cold as they'll be over the weekend. It's the double cold front coming in really today and then into tomorrow morning, and then that high pressure system just sending more and more of that cold air in as we head through the tail end of Saturday and through Super Bowl Sunday. Again, do want to highlight Saturday is going to be a very windy day. We may end up seeing a coastal flood advisory along the Outer Banks and across down East Carteret County due to sustained winds holding between 20 to 30 miles an hour along the coast east of 17. And we could see gusts upwards around 30 to 40 miles an hour along the coast. So again, Saturday, it's going to be windy everywhere, but I think the area that's going to be impacted the most is going to be those of you watching closer to the water. Sunday, those winds die down a bit, 36 degrees on Sunday, still going to be cold. But then Monday, 47 degrees. Tuesday, 60 degrees. Wednesday, 61 degrees. Now we will cool down once we get through Wednesday. The rain showers that you're seeing there will be brought in by a cold front that will cool us down from 61 back down to the mid-50s on Thursday, upper 40s by Friday. But this will be, again, by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, this will be the first time we are above average so far in February, and the first time we've been above average since around January 23rd to 22nd. I think it was the 22nd where it was our last day above average. It's been a while. It has been a while. We've had several rounds of winter weather come through since then, but now again it's looking like we're starting to break that cold air pattern. Do want to say hello to Karen Turner. You are absolutely welcome. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day in Hookerton, Greene County. It's going to be, again, sunny for first half of the day, cloudy for the second half. Hookerton, you guys may end up seeing again about maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain as we head towards 4, 5, 6 p.m. tonight. But that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Friday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.